Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Let me tell you the story behind one of the most powerful and direct chapters in the Quran, Surah Al-Lahab, also called Surah Al-Masad. This surah is only 5 verses long, but its message shook the society of Quraysh and exposed the evil of those who openly fought against Islam. But to understand its meaning, we must understand the man it was revealed about, a man named Abu Lahab, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad. Yes, his own uncle. Abu Lahab's real name was Abdul Uzza, but he was known by his nickname Abu Lahab, which means father of flame, because of his fiery red complexion and angry nature. You'd think that being the uncle of the Prophet, he would support his nephew, but no. Abu Lahab was one of the fiercest enemies of Islam, and one of the first to reject the message. He didn't just disbelieve, he mocked, insulted, and fought the Prophet at every opportunity. When Allah commanded the Prophet to call his people openly to Islam, the Prophet stood on Mount Safa, a place where people would gather for urgent announcements. He called out to the people of Quraysh and said, "If I told you that an army was approaching from behind this mountain, would you believe?" Methi replied, "Yes, we have never known you to lie." Then he said, "I am a warner to you of a severe punishment. Worship Allah alone and save yourselves." The moment was powerful, silent, emotional, but Abu Lahab stood up and shouted, "May you be ruined! Is this why you called us here?" He mocked the Prophet in front of everyone, and it was at that very moment that Allah revealed Surah Al-Lahab, a declaration against Abu Lahab forever. The Surah 111, perish the hands of Abu Lahab, and perish he, his wealth, and whatever he earned will not benefit him. He will burn in a fire of blazing flame, and his wife, the carrier of firewood around her neck, a rope of twisted fiber. Abu Lahab's wife, Jamil, was just as cruel as he was. She used to throw thorns in the Prophet's path. She would spread lies, mock, and insult him in public. She was called carrier of firewood in the surah, which has 2 meanings. 1. She literally used to place thorns in the Prophet's path. 2. But also, she will carry wood to fuel her own punishment in hellfire. The rope of twisted fiber around her neck symbolizes her fate in the hereafter, tied in humiliation, just as she tried to disgrace others. Now here's something incredible to reflect on. This surah was revealed 10 years before Abu Lahab died. It openly declared that he would die in disbelief and be thrown into hell. All Abu Lahab had to do to disprove Islam was to pretend to accept Islam even for a day, but he never did. Why? Because Allah's words are true and final. This surah stood as a living miracle, a challenge to Quraysh, and a reminder that those who oppose truth with arrogance will lose. This surah teaches us powerful lessons. 1. Truth will always expose falsehood, no matter how close someone is to us, even family. 2. Wealth and status do not protect anyone from the punishment of Allah. 3. Supporting evil against truth, like Abu Lahab and his wife did, leads to disgrace in this world and the next. 4. And most importantly, the Quran is not just guidance, it is a miracle. It spoke of a man's destiny 10 years before he died, and it came true exactly as Allah said. 5. The Prophet Muhammad faced enemies from all sides, but some of the most painful ones came from his own blood, like Abu Lahab. 6. Even so, he never turned away from his mission. He never stopped calling people to Allah. 7. We may face people who mock us, reject us, or try to humiliate us for our faith, just like Abu Lahab did, but we take strength from the Prophet's patience and trust in Allah. 8. And we remember Those who mock the light are the ones most afraid of its truth.